Welcome back, everybody. Moving to Beer here, and we have part 2 of Ted Lasso. We're coming at you. This is Dan Kapersky. We got our 2 wonderful co-hosts.
I'm Blake, the football expert. A wink.
You are a football expert.
He knows
but which
all football?
Oh,
Steeple's fingers.
the third kind of football.
Yeah.
That's
the secret hidden Harry Potter style of football.
Hey, Ted actually asked, is there more than one kind of football?
Because that's the one he needs to coach.
Yep.
And there is a third kind. It's Ted Lasso football.
Yes.
This is Randall. We're back.
We're back. So this is part 2 of our Ted Lasso, which has a TV series on Apple Plus that we really, really enjoyed watching. Not kid-friendly, lots of bad words. There's no real sex or nudity other than guys running around in shirts and a couple of butt shots. But other than that...
And Ted's mustache.
And the mustache riding, you could just pay $1 for.
No, Dan, just the mustache. You don't have to go blue all the time.
Yeah, I do. So
right. Sorry to our sponsor, Kids R Us.
Kids R Us. Yeah, okay. So thanks for joining us, everyone. We have gone through and watched Ted Lasso start to finish. We enjoyed a couple of beers that we talked about last episode, which were really, really interesting and good. Folders, which you can get all over England.
Yep.
We decided we were going to recap with part 2 and actually pick some good American beers. So we have
to help represent
this side of the pond.
Kansas. We keep talking about he coached for Kansas, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Cause some good old boy Kansas beer.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah.
So
good old boy.
We're drinking Party Time Pilsner from Wayfinder, which is a Bavarian style Pilsner. And we actually did drink some other stuff while we watched.
Yes.
But these are the two that we're drinking.
Classic
tonight.
American state Bavaria.
Yeah, St. Bavaria. And then the other one is
Classic.
Green Queen West Coast IPA from Little Beast Brewing here in town. These both breweries are here locally in Portland. They make amazing beers. Wayfinder tends to make European style lagers. And Little Beast does a lot of sours, and they do make some quite excellent ales, including this IPA called Green Queen. We'll talk about those in a minute. But we do want to, kind of continue our conversation we had last episode from, kind of our synopsis about the characters, why Ted Lasso is successful, why we really enjoyed it, because there's a lot of information that's presented, the character growth and development. If you're looking at it from kind of a review standpoint where the writing, how did the writing develop? Did the characters get fleshed out? How was the acting? Did the actors actually kind of expand on what they were doing? All the kind of fun stuff that we didn't talk about last episode.
I think all the, not building blocks. Great. Now I'm going to draw a blank. All the pre-work done for the characters to blossom to who they should be rather than what they want to be pays off in this back half.
Yeah.
We get to see Keely and Roy characters develop. I'll leave it at that. Jamie even gets a little bit of growth, and Ted
comes to realize.
He comes to terms with what life is. Rebecca gets pretty cool. Leslie, right? Leslie, yes. Her assistant. He is the biggest growth of all on his face in the form of a goatee.
Yes. A very funny goatee, because it's not a full goatee. It's a weird looking thing.
A lot happens in the second half, I feel like.
Yeah.
A lot of development. A lot of twists and turns.
Well, episode 5, they beat that team that for the first time in 60 plus years.
Oh yeah, that was a great episode.
That was
a real
win,
coming
I think,
together.
too.
So
coming together moment.
Yes, we talked a little bit about that. You actually don't have to know anything about soccer, and B, they don't really present soccer that much in these episodes.
Nah,
they play matches, but they don't show the pitch. They did not pay any other teams to actually come out and participate with them, because that'd be really expensive. Especially during COVID, because this was filmed primarily last year, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's like Band of Brothers. You don't really have to have been in a war to know what it's like.
Yeah.
You can just kind of watch it and be like, whoa, I felt like I was there. But you just got enough, of soccer. You got enough soccer in this show to feel like, okay, I kind of get it. But you can be a total dummy with soccer. And
they still don't ever explain what offsides are.
They don't. I keep coming.
Nor should they ever, because I enjoy a mystery in my life.
I keep thinking back to the show The League, where the whole thing follows a group of friends who are in a fantasy football league, but you can know literally nothing about the sport or how fantasy football works or anything. The characters are so fun to watch. Is enough improv that they're just all having a good time. It really just follows their misadventures, even when famous football stars show up to play a part, and they go, "You ruined my league this week, man!" Yeah, whatever, dude. I'm just playing the game. It's Lost the train of thought. Fun. Great. In
Choo-choo.
London, they call it the trolley.
The trolley.
Trolley.
You lost the trolley of thought.
T-
Did they
Okay.
say thought?
So-
there?
Basically, like the league, Ted Lasso just has it. The sports a backdrop.
Yeah. So for those that are clueless and haven't watched Ted Lasso yet or listened to the previous episode, so Ted Lasso, he's an American football coach, college level football coach. He gets hired to coach the Richmond Greyhounds in England, which is a London-based team.
Yeah.
He's part of the Premier League, which is the top tier league, and the bottom three teams get relegated, and that's actually brought up quite frequently. It's like, we don't want to get relegated, we don't want to drop to the other league, and that's why they need to win matches or tie in order to get enough points to not be relegated. Because that means you don't get any publicity, you don't get any TV coverage. That's a lot of money. Your fans aren't going to be because you're not drawing in the big teams to sell the tickets.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a big deal. But the lower league teams, the top three from the lower league, called the Champions League, which is amazingly enough a different name than the Premier League.
If you want to
Yeah.
hear how confused we were about that, listen to the last episode before this one.
We tried to talk about it a bit, and it's confusing.
It's
as
weird.
hell. Yeah,
We love it, but it's weird.
yeah. And every country in Europe, including England and France and Spain and Germany, Italy, they all have their own different leagues and their different titles for what they call the different levels that you play at. And we did talk again about there isn't this thing called college sports. There aren't amateur sports other than teams of, you'd have to go to a private gym and sign up with a team and try out for it. It's not college. There is no learning in a school environment. You actually just play the sport and go through the different levels of leagues based on your age and skill ability. And there's people that are really young that play at the top level, and there's people that are older who play at the lowest level. So,
Well, everyone in England, from what I've seen in media and all that, plays soccer. Football is like the one sport everyone plays.
yeah, that's all there is. They don't have baseball. They don't have American football. It's just soccer. It's the one sport they have.
Yeah.
And everybody
Which
puts everything
sort
into that.
which sort of helps versus all the various sports that America has, where you're either built for baseball or built for football or built for hockey or built for whatever.
Yeah.
I'm built for speed.
You'd be great in
Need for
soccer
speed.
and probably hockey.
I'd be hockey. Oh my gosh, no thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
no, you can have to. You have some.
I
meat.
like all my teeth where they are.
Yeah, you
Thank
got to have some
very
meat on
much.
you to play
Yeah,
hockey.
that would be rough.
No, thank you. Hey, what predictions for season 2? Let's not spoil season 1 how it ends, but
Ultimate frisbee.
do you think season 2 will be as funny, better, or worse than season 1?
So,
We're
Ted
not
thinks
sure.
he's
We're
going-
not sure if Ted Lasso is going to be back, right?
Yeah,
Like,
we
what's
don't
going to
know.
happen at the end
Yeah,
of the
we-
season?
we're the-
if they get relegated, is
Yeah,
there
we're
a
the
Ted
movie
Lasso next
podcast.
season?
Is Ted coming back or not?
Yeah, we're the media podcast that doesn't watch, so we have no idea what's happening. Now, I think hypothetically, if they keep him, less jokes, more character development, but still funny.
The assistant coach. They promote the assistant coach, the guy with the beard.
That'd be some of the
chess-
dramas that
chess guy.
coach gets promoted over Ted, and Ted has to deal with that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they ever actually say his name. They just call him Coach.
I think his name's just Coach Beard.
Coach
Like,
Beard.
last name's Beard.
Yeah, Coach Beard with a beard.
I can say there's some show on NBC where the whole joke was a manager of a phone company where they telecall people, like a phone center, gets moved to India because they had no spots to promote him, and the whole series was just him going, I don't understand Indian culture, and they explained it to him in every episode. And next episode, I don't understand Indian culture.
What show is this?
I don't remember. It was
Sounds horrible.
all the supporting cast were great. The whole idea that this white guy just can't understand Indian culture is disgusting. It's
Somehow not disappointing.
It was
or
funny. It
surprising.
would have been funny for a movie. I feel like if they stick with the Ted doesn't get soccer, they could do it for like 3 or 4 more episodes.
Right.
After that, he's got to start learning, or then the joke's, all right, you've beaten this dead horse. Now what are you going to
Yeah.
do?
So season 2 is a make it or break it season then.
Yeah.
Probably. Okay. Dan,
Maybe
prediction?
Rebecca yelling
the
at him.
third episode's always better than the second one. I'm going to draw on my vast experience and knowledge of Star Wars and Star Trek and every other movie series that's ever come out, horror or otherwise. The third is always better than the second. So the second's going to drag a little bit, maybe there while they try to figure it out. And then the third one will expand if it lasts a third.
Like obviously like the Return of the Jedi was like a godsend compared to Empire, right?
Yeah,
I mean, that'd be garbage Empire, right? Wait, is that you all agree?
I don't know enough about Star Wars. I'm just sitting here waiting to talk about
Oh
Marvel.
my God.
So Captain America 1 was fine. Captain America 2 Winter Soldier was amazing. Spider-Man Homecoming
Was there a
was
Captain
okay.
America 3?
Yeah, it was Civil War, which is basically an Avengers movie,
Right. I remember that.
which was better, but Winter Soldier's still my favorite.
All right, whatever.
My
Also, the
prediction-
second Spider-Man was better.
Yeah.
Second Spider-Man's better?
Far From Home, I think, is better than Homecoming. We finally get a Mysterio fight, and
Oh, Mysterio. Yeah.
they introduce the Skrulls. It's all great.
It's a good one.
Well, more Skrulls. Anyway,
My prediction for season 2, it's going to be completely different because next year is a big year for soccer. Dan? You know
Yes. Why? They're actually
They get to
having
use their
fans.
hands?
No, it's World Cup.
Oh yeah.
2022, Dubai.
I'm not drinking out of a cup the rest of the world's drink out of.
Yes, the teams
on
are going to
now.
go and die on the field because it's going to be a billion
It's gonna be a
degrees.
billion
They're
degrees.
not air conditioned; they're open fields.
I think that'll keep the show fresh because they'll take the team to a place like Dubai or something, and they'll all sort of be like, "What the hell's going on here?" Right?
Yeah.
Because like, what the hell is an English soccer team doing in Dubai? Everyone's gonna melt. You know?
And we had mentioned last
Bloody hell.
episode also about the different leagues, the Champions League, which is UEFA, Europa. There's 3 or 4 different Champions Leagues where the top 4 teams from each of the country's top leagues compete against each other. And it's a really, really big prize if you can win it. And you play year round. It's not just only, and it is during the regular season. So that's why some teams aren't going to be seen. Like they have to postpone a match or 2, or some of their players get pulled off to a country. If like, so you have to imagine that European leagues, it's not primarily the players from that country. They're the players from on those teams are from all over the world.
Right.
And when those countries have the World Cup, which is your country is represented and you have to be a citizen of that country
Gotta
to
go home.
represent the country.
Got to go back.
You have to go back and play. So that's that time of the year when that happens, it screws all the teams up because all their best players go back
Right.
home.
Right. That's interesting. I remember that from the last World Cup. So I think they're going to go to the World Cup next season.
That would be amazing.
I think that would be pretty cool.
Ted coaching the European.
You know how
Or
they
the
do in Europe?
American one.
Like some sitcoms in Europe, they do like every country does their own version of that sitcom.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest. Can you imagine a French Ted Lasso? or a German Ted Lasso?
Hold on.
I want to
Ted La-
see. I want
Are
to
you
see
saying Ted
in
Lasso
German.
is German, or and the
Yeah.
rest of the team is still English?
I don't know how that would work.
I don't
Sure.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've watched Bundesliga a few times, and
Oh my God.
I don't
I would-
follow the
Bundesliga.
teams close enough.
I'd watch a French Ted Lasso come over to the States to run the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, jeez. That would be
In
funny.
an alternate universe.
In a very alternate universe.
We want to talk more about beers. What do we want to do now?
Yeah, let's talk about some beers. Okay, so do we have a commercial before the beers?
There is a small commercial.
All right, let's do it.
New from all the other companies that like to pump drugs down your throat, it's Bingeatol. Have you ever had trouble watching an entire TV show in one sitting? Do you want to try to master the entirety of Game of Thrones within a week's time? Just take some Bingeatol, the over-the-counter TV watching supplement that will let you power through days of viewing.
I got one. I got a commercial. Ginkgo beer. Don't think you're smart. Drink you're smart.
I have a PhD in theoretical physics.
The first beer was Ginkgo biloba. Trademark.
All right, thanks for all those commercials, everybody, and hanging in there while we're enjoying some moment of memory lapse in that Ginkgo
I
biloba
sure
beer.
love this Ginkgo-infused beer. Yum,
Yes.
yum, yum.
Makes me feel smarter.
So this is moving to beer. We're talking about Ted Lasso.
Indubitably, Randall.
And part 2 of Ted Lasso episode. We've discussed a few things about the characters in the later part of the season, and we did enjoy a few beers tonight while we did a recap, and we actually watched some really cool NBC Sports Network commercials for the Ted Lasso as well as the ESPN coverage commercials.
Yeah, the kind of the inception of the character.
Yeah, it was. And it was like you saw Ted being really angry on the field as well as making some really hilarious jokes and like calling up Jose Mourinho while he's watching something on his laptop. And it's like the most hilarious thing. They actually got real Premier League coaches and players to interact on those commercials and spots. I was freaking out. I had not seen them. I was like, holy, oh my God, they really got, oh shit. Oh yeah, they really got good players and stuff.
And being a fan of the era of SNL where Sudeikis was on he was the go-to old player for a while. It made me very happy to watch him just be in the world of this character, messing with people,
He was riffing hard.
yelling at the refs. How's it offsides? No, really, explain to me. How is it offsides? I don't understand.
Yeah. So we drank a couple of beers tonight with the previews and post views and pre-discussion. We have a Party Time Pilsner from Wayfinder, which is 5.3%, 35 IBU. It is a hoppy bouquet with a crisp, spritzy finish.
The can is very cool. I thought they were D20s at first.
No, they're
just
weird.
multi-lined stars, 6-point stars over this woman's eyes as she's sweating or crying as rainbows come out of the stars, and the rest of it is a kind of sepia gray kind of tone.
This is a beer I'd had a while ago, and I wanted to revisit it. These beers that we got a couple of 4-packs of each. We got them at Bridgeport Beerhouse, which is over here in our neighborhood, and really good beer selection, great prices. Please go check them out and buy beer from them because you need to support the local people.
So support your local.
Support your local. So
Please.
this is a
Your local little guy, not your local Walmart. We see that. We see you guys being tricky.
and literally it says on the can, a foam crowned, lively beer with a fine hint of noble hops, clear and golden with a crispy, dry, spritzy finish. I still don't know what spritzy means.
Dan, you forgot the most important part. It pairs well with fun.
It does pair well with fun.
So if you're having a bad time, don't drink this.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm depressed. I want to drink a fun beer. No,
No, I liked it. I liked it. It's kind of stronger Pilsner. It had a different taste.
Yeah, it's so I don't understand what
I-
Bavarian style is because they don't make Pilsner in Bavaria. That's an oxymoron.
What'd you call me?
Oxymoron.
Oh, that's mean.
Oxmoron. You know nothing about oxes.
I mean, you're not wrong, but it's still
Oxymoronic?
rude.
Is it oxymoronic?
I know
or
Babe was
oxymoron?
big and blue.
Yes, he was.
Oh, babe.
I would say the back half of the season might work with this beer.
Yeah.
Like when everyone's starting to get more character development and you're seeing more layers to these characters, just go with it pretty well.
This is what I want. I want something light and fun for the first half, and I want something darker and more serious for the second half, but not something that's going to make me feel like really full.
Like a mug full of gasoline.
Yeah. Tasty.
No, that's what you drink when you watch any Mad Max movie.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or water.
Or water, yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you want to be fancy.
So you guys like this beer then?
It's pretty
I
good.
do.
It's
I
definitely my favorite of the two, I think.
Yeah. So Little Beast Brewing, which is also here in Portland, is known for more of their sour stuff. But they are
That's right.
exploring the world of ales more than the world of lagers. And it's called Green Queen West Coast IPA. And I'm going to try to read the 4-point, really like gold on white type on the can. It's impossible to read.
Do you want me to read it?
No, I can do it. It's just I had to take my glasses off.
I have
and it's
young
like,
eyes.
Oh my God, this is really small type. And it is a royal combination of Cryo Centennial. So Cryo hops, which is a whole nother discussion we've had before. Citra and Lemon Drop, which I love lemon drop hops. I put those in my own beers. Impart a bright note of pine, grapefruit, lemon peel, and melon. It's bold and graceful.
A lot of green, splashes of white, what look like naked ladies wearing crowns, and geese flying around. It's a very cool can.
It's kind of like the mud flap behind the semi-truck kind of woman,
Kind of, yeah.
but
Yeah.
she's got a crown on.
Yeah, but truckers aren't into women with crowns.
Yeah, and there's some like geese and flowers, and it's a really beautiful can label. So your thoughts on this beer? This beer is actually
I
really,
liked it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it as much as I did, but I would do a can of this and then switch to some water, I think.
I would drink both of these together, just in the order we drank them, actually. And I really think that they work well together.
They do. The second one has a way more complex hop profile. It runs the gamut from like that grapefruit lemon pine to kind of the cryo and lemon drop gives you that kind of melonish, like melon. It's really sharp and acidic.
I'd agree with the sharp.
I enjoyed both. I think I like this one more than the Pilsner, but that's just me.
What'd you call me? Sharp and acidic?
Sharp and acidic. All right, so
Sharp and acerbic.
we're going to suggest, as we did with our last episode with Ted Lasso, is find a beer you like, find something sessionable because you're going to want to laugh and pay attention to what you're watching and not the beer.
And use it to wash down a couple of pills of Benjatol.
Yeah, there
Now
you
at
go.
your local Walgreens, but not at the Walgreens. It's in the alley behind
It's
the
in the alley
Walgreens.
behind the
From the guy named Weird Joey. He'll hook you up.
Yeah,
Hey, is it time for a game?
Oh man, we got a good game.
it is a game time.
Well,
fun new game that we're going to use to punish everybody.
Yeah, we're going to do something a little different because we did the beer name keyword name game last episode. We're going to do something a little different this time.
We're going to nominate some names of beers that we like, and then we're going to vote and try to convince each other which one's the best.
There you go.
Best or real?
Oh, are we going to do that one? I thought we were going to do. We're all going to pick
Best
a beer name
and
that
or
we like.
real.
Okay.
Best and or real.
Okay,
Is
sure.
it real or not?
I got one. Let's. Are we going to try to psych Dan out? Is that what's going to happen?
I had no idea
Truth
I
or
had no
Dare.
idea we were doing the best thing.
This is
Is it a
happening.
truth or
Was I
dare?
not listening?
Beer names.
Am I just stupid?
Well, how about this? Let's play the game where we try to real beer name or fake beer name.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to give a shout out. Can I go first? Because there's a name of this
Oh,
beer.
that thing.
And it is real. And it's from a brewery called Left Hand Brewing. And my son went back to school last week. Big deal.
Very
And
big
when
deal.
he was a kid, we sang The Wheels on the Bus. And they have a beer that's called Wheels Goes Round.
True.
It's great. Isn't that great?
It's a real name, and
Wheels Goes Round.
I've actually been to Left Hand Brewing in Colorado. It's a great place.
Is it really cool? Yeah,
It's a really
it looks
it's
really
a
cool.
Smaller. Their tap room's pretty like a normal size bar. They don't have food. It's just their beer. But the cool thing is you get their one-offs, and they also do. And Randall, you'll enjoy this. They have a coffee Randall as well as a beer Randall. So what they do is they put raw ingredients or like dried ingredients into this. You think of it like a French press, and they run the beer through it. So it takes on.
Zut alors.
It takes on, or you can actually get the press where they pour beer into a French press with the raw ingredients and then press it down. They do that with their coffee stout. They do it with like coffee grounds and stuff. So you get the most authentic coffee flavor with your beer possible.
I like that.
It was crazy.
Left Hand Brewing in Longmont, Colorado. Can't wait to visit you guys. Hopefully they're listening, but
no.
so we can tag them.
I have one for you.
Okay.
Barbarian Streisand,
Oh, thank Christ. I thought you were going to say the one I had.
Real or fake?
real or fake?
Barbarian.
I'm saying real because I desperately want it to be a real
I
thing.
want it to be real too.
It's real.
Oh, where's it from?
Cellar Maker Brewing Company.
Cellar Maker Brewing Company. Where
You
are they
just
based?
made
out of?
that up.
It doesn't say.
Yeah, that's the brewery's made out somehow.
Okay, we'll try to find them on the Instagram or social.
Yeah.
Blake, you got one for us?
I just want to shout them out. It's spoiler alert. It's real. 'Cause
Okay.
Dan's gonna know it because he saw me order it today.
It's a work in progress. We're trying a new game. It's not an easy thing to come up with.
I gotta say, due to my love of D&D, Dungeon Map from Modern Times Beer.
Ooh,
It's an American IPA.
Dungeon Map. Good name.
Let
Real
me
or
check
fake?
my review of this. I roll for initiative. Clickety clickety clack. Damn it! I didn't do well.
Yeah. It was a good beer though. I actually ordered one.
Yeah,
too.
it's really light for an IPA. Like, really drinkable, which is dangerous because it's an IPA.
That's
But
great.
very tasty. So yeah, Modern Times Beer.
All right.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Don't wait in line for this.
Not a great name. I'm hoping that's not a real
mean-
name because that's a bad choice in names. I don't think it's real.
I'm thinking back to all the times Dan and I would hit Cerveza and just raid their fridges. I'm trying to remember the names.
No, not real.
You know what? For the interest of drama, I'm going to say to Israel to see if one of us wins.
Find out on our next episode of Movie and a Beer.
We're not network television. Don't do that to
because
them.
our fans are gonna be held in
frothing.
suspense for another week.
I'm going to spoil it. It actually is a real name for beer, and it's
For
from Central
real?
Coast Brewing, which it's in California. So it's San Luis Obispo, and I think that's their only brewery.
That's wild.
Yeah, which is bizarre. But why would you name a beer that?
Okay.
That's like
Why
that
wouldn't
makes
you
no
name a beer
sense.
that?
That makes no sense. And if you want to join us in this, just Google funny beer names 2020, and there's like a list of 300 of them. There's a lot of really silly names that came out of beers this last year because everyone had lots of time to think about the names that they wanted to give beers.
Okay, this English beer is called Premier League. True or false?
True.
Blake
I'm leaning towards true.
made it up.
Nice.
Busted.
Got you guys. That was fun. All right, we got any more? Or should we call it
Yeah.
a show?
Dunkel, breaking my heart.
Don't go breaking my heart.
I'm sorry. Don't you mean Dunkel breaking my heart?
It's real in my heart, so I don't care if
couldn't
it's
if I
real or
tried.
not in the real world.
And what state was it made in?
Kentucky.
Close.
Tennessee,
Texas.
Texas.
Busted.
Randall is closer than me.
Yeah.
There's one called Brew Free or Die IPA. That's pretty fun.
Oh,
I don't feel like making one up. 'Cause everything I'm going to make up, you guys will know because you know my sense of humor.
we're gonna get relegated if we don't get better at this, guys.
I know we're totally going to get relegated from our own
now, what does
podcast.
relegated mean?
Yeah, well, yeah, no. Anyway.
Whether win or lose, we're going to do it. There's ties. What?
All right. So this is our episode. Please watch Ted Lasso. Super funny show.
This is as good as it gets.
It's as good as it gets. I'm gonna cut it
really
off
sorry.
here. I'm cutting it off now because we're sliding hard.
Please leave this in the episode. Don't cut out all the good stuff. There's
Yeah.
so much. I don't think people come for perfection.
Cut a lot of my stuff out.
The
That was a lot of
beauty
stammering.
is in the imperfection.
There's
The
a
beauty
lot
is
of
imperfection.
stammering.
The beauty is imperfection.
The beautiful.
Keep telling me that. I need to hear it.
beauty-
I'm imperfect.
You do know what I'm saying? Imperfection.
I'm
Not
imperfect as hell, man.
Not imperfection, but in.
I know.
People
Just
like
keep
perfection.
end
Keep it all in.
the goddamn episode.
All right. So as always, you better hydrate or
Hydrate.
that's what it is. So all the opinions expressed during the taping of this episode are those of the hosts. And thank you for listening. Find a fun beer to drink while you're watching Ted Lasso. It's a good show. We all enjoyed it. Thank you for hanging in there with us as we digressed into the maelstrom of drinking weird beers and watching shows and making ourselves laugh, because that's what the episode's about. Find us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, everywhere. Well, maybe not YouTube yet, but we're out there. Just movingtobeer.com.
Check out all those cool breweries we mentioned.
Yeah, lots of cool places to visit.
The ones that we totally remember and didn't just say and
Left Hand
forget.
Brewing, Colorado. Longmont.
I've
Ten
never heard
Barrel,
that.
yeah.
I've never heard that before in my life.
Left Hand Brewing. It's a good place to visit. They make nitro stout, which is really nice.
Can't wait to visit.
All right. Thanks for listening, everybody. This is Dan signing off.
Blake says bye.
I see.